What's up, everybody? We're doing something a little new today. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you know I do a lot of smart collars and stuff like that. I got my grandpa glasses on, and we're going to cover this little guy right here, the feeder robot. Generally it's for cats, but you can use it for small dogs, maybe even medium dogs as well. But we're going to cover all the ins and outs of it, what all these funny little buttons on the front here do, and as well as the smart app, because it's a robot, so it has to have a smart app. So of course it does. We're going to cover all that, break it down for you, do a general overview / review of it, and by the time we're all said and done, you're going to know everything there is to know about this feeder robot from Whisker. Alright, everything you see here is how you get this. It comes completely disassembled for you. It may look a little complex, but it's really not as far as putting everything together. You've got your inner container here, and this is basically the part that seals the vacuum for you before you put the lid on. It goes in here. This goes in top of that, and you fill your food in it, and the entire system is contained and sealed, vacuum sealed, to keep your food nice and fresh. Of course, you get your these are your two measurement flaps. You got 1/4 cup and 1/8 cup, and that just helps you proportion your food out. And it's really great because if you have a kitten or something, you know, you can stick with the 1/8 cup instead of the 1/4 cup, and you can upgrade to that later. And it's fairly simple to change out. Then of course you got your charger, which fits into the back here. You got your little bowl, which covers the container on the other side. And this is your cap here. Both of these clamp in and release to complete your vacuum seal. Now, as far as assembly, it's relatively simple. It can be complicated if you miss a step. You need to first choose your cup. I'm going to stick with the 1/8 cup here, since Apollo is still very much a kitten. And it just pops right in like so. And you can hear the motor is what turns this thing. And then after that, you've got your piece that fits in on the top here. There's a twist knob inside here that twists, and you have to twist that. It drops down and let it go, and it seals. So when you put it on top here, twist it, it drops down. Now it seals, won't come free. Then after that, you've got your outer section. This is, you know, pretty much just a plastic lining that when you dump your food in here, it covers your food. You flip the device around here, and you put your little bowl in its place, and that just basically protects that. So all you have to do is break this out and clean it when you're ready to. And this here you can just set off to the side for whenever you're ready to use it. The cap, like I said earlier, you just push these two pieces in, pop it on the top and let them go, and boom, you got your vacuum seal. Now, as far as the plug is concerned, it's one of these types, and those are always fun. You'll find that up underneath here and to the left. All right, now that we got the unboxing and the setup out of the way, what are the pros and cons on this thing? Well, to me, you know, having used this for several weeks now, there are a lot of different pros to it. It's highly convenient, obviously. I can set it up on a food schedule, and it will feed our cat Apollo, who is kind of, you know, reaching his teenage years, I guess, so to speak, right now. Can feed him throughout the day at any time. You can break that down to, you know, individual days, or you can make it the same across the board all week long. That's highly convenient. Or I can just reward him by giving him a snack, by breaking out the phone, pressing the snack button, boom, he's got a snack. It's just really convenient. It's also very versatile. I think that's a big positive. It's lightweight. I can pick it up. I can, you know, take it somewhere if I need to. It can easily pack away. It breaks down fairly easily. And it's easy to, you know, if we go on a vacation or something, it's easy to throw in the back and it can go with us. It's got your, you know, your built-in remote control with the smart app. And when I talk about that control panel, it's got everything on it. All these buttons you see here on the front, they're all within the smart app too. So you don't have to touch anything on this thing. In fact, in the smart app, you can lock this panel so that the cat can't mess with it. Because the cat sees you press that snack button on there enough times, he's going to figure out how to press that snack button himself. So that option is there if you want to keep him from feeding himself into a coma. It's got portion control, which I mentioned earlier, the 1/4 cup and the 1/8 cup. But of course, you don't have to go precisely by that. You can have the 1/8 cup in there and still have a 1 cup feeding. It will just cycle around 8 times until it, it hits a full cup. Got a ton of smart features with it. Like I said, you can set up everything so that it's automating. It's not, it's not in the realm of IFTTT, if this then that, but it sort of is. It's not going to integrate with like a smart home hub or anything like that, but it still has its smart features, which are highly convenient. It works on Android or iPhone. You got the treats dispenser, which I just mentioned, the snack thing. That's fairly easy to operate. You can hit this top button here for your snack, or you can just hit it on your phone and boom, cat has a snack. As far as cons, there's not really much in the way of cons. It doesn't have the regular one, the 290, and I'll discuss this in the pricing later, but the regular feeder robot does not have a battery backup, so it has to stay plugged into the wall. If you take it off or if you lose power or something, then you lose absolutely all control of it. So if it's a rainy, stormy day and your power goes out, you can't feed your cat. The more expensive version of this has a battery backup source with it, but like I said, I will discuss that here later on. And you also got a little bit of complexity with the setup, but it comes with a manual and everything, so it shouldn't be too hard. I didn't feel like it was too hard. I did start to assemble it without putting a little feeder dispenser thing in there, and I had to pull everything back out and figure out. But overall, that was just me. Most people aren't going to run into that problem. So yeah, minor con maybe, maybe not. Depends on how you look at it. Other than that, it's a fantastic device, and I'm really enjoying it. One of the things I like the most about the feeder robot is its simplicity of the app. You open it up and it doesn't take hardly any time to load. You can figure out a schedule if you want, and all you have to do is name it, and then you have a variety of different options for each individual day of the week. Or you could just do like I do and simplify things. Here I'm just running through the portions and stuff like that, but you can simplify things and just have a set meal schedule for each day of the week. It's got all kinds of different settings in there for it. Here you basically got your entire control panel. You can lock the physical control panel. You can turn on the gravity mode so that food always stays in the bowl. You can turn on the night light if you want to. There are a variety of different things you could do. Plus you got a full history here, or you can download even older history. It's all up to you. So everything on here is relatively simple. You have your gravity here. If you switch this button on, it will continue to keep the bowl full until you run out of food. Then you've got your little snack button here, your Wi-Fi, which you primarily use for connecting. You got your 24-hour meal ticket, basically. You just select this and it turns your meal timers on and off. And you can change your portions for different levels here. If I just want to give the cat a snack, I press this top button. And it spills out just enough for Apollo to be happy. As far as my personal user experience, I may be different from other people because I have Petlabro automatic feeders for my dogs, and I tend to feed all of the animals at the same time. If I try to feed them separately, they'll start attacking each other's food, and then that will turn into an all-out crazy fur-flying brawl in the middle of the floor. So I feed them all at the same time, and it's easier for me to just jump on the app or my tablet here and just feed, boom, it's done. So I like that, but it's my user experience. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, It's a very usable device. It's very reliable. You do have to keep it clean. Once every 2-3 weeks, you really need to clean it out. It's like anything else. It's got a spinning motor in there. You don't want to keep getting all that food dust from the dry food into that little motor after a while. It may seize up on you. So you want to take it apart every 2-3 weeks and clean it up real good. That to me will maximize your user experience if you just keep it clean routinely, establish a routine, put it in your notes. Since it's a smart device, jump on your phone and set it up in Apple or Android, whichever platform you use, to remind you every 2 to 3 weeks to clean it up. Other than that, it's been a really convenient experience for me. It does what I ask it to do. I mean, it's a robot. It obeys. It's not planning on taking over my house anytime soon, I hope. There's no artificial intelligence in it, so that's good. Other than that, it's been a pretty good robot. I like it so far. Feeder robot here is $299. Yes, it is more expensive than most of the cat feeders or automatic feeder robots out there that I'm aware of. PetSafe has one for like 130 bucks. Obviously Petlabro has one, but it's really dirt cheap. I'm talking like 30 bucks. Closer Pets has some, Well2Be has some, and these are generally priced within the $50 to $100 range. So $299 seems like a lot, but this is one of those, and I have Petlabro devices, so I can say this with a degree of certainty. There is a such thing as getting exactly what you pay for. The Petlabro devices that I use are for cats and dogs, and I tend to have to clean them a lot more often, or they don't want to cooperate, or they have trouble vacuum sealing, or the little trap door that opens up to let the dog food out will jam, things of that nature. Those problems I'm not experiencing with this feeder in particular. It runs a lot smoother. It even sounds smoother. So there's better tech in there. So obviously, you're going to pay a higher price for that. Now, if you want the battery backup in case the power goes out or there's a storm or something, that option is available. Unfortunately, it's $40 more expensive. It's $339 for the feeder robot with the battery backup. But you do get that bit of peace of mind. If you're like me, living in Florida, I mean, every afternoon is a thunderstorm. It comes in, it cools things down, and it is what it is. Most of the time, power doesn't go out. Sometimes it does, but when it does, until it comes back on, I have no cat feeder because it doesn't operate without that battery backup. So that is entirely up to you. All right, before we wrap things up, I forgot to mention in my price and subscription, there is no subscription required for this. You pay for it, you got what you got. So other than that, we are all done for the day, folks. I hope you learned something with this thing. Personally, I really love mine. I mean, so far so good. It's working great. Had it a few weeks, no hiccups. I think that it has a lot of unique features to it that a lot of people will like because they're just highly convenient. If your cat's like mine and comes darting out of nowhere when it's time to feed, and gets all up underneath your feet and everything, it's much better to just be able to chill out in your chair, relax, and just hit that feed button, and then the cat can come out of nowhere on its own. You don't worry about stepping on it, and it's not clawing your socks off trying to get to its food. So I think it's an awesome machine. I highly recommend it. Like I said, several weeks I've had it, and it's been running real smooth. So definitely worth checking out. Other than that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We've got a few more things here that we're going to be reviewing in the near future. The more our channel, the better our channel does, the more I'll be able to do this and bring you products and features and stuff like that, and review them for you. Like to get my hands on them, like to use them before I review them, and those likes and subscriptions go a long way. Also, questions, concerns, or you have your own version of this product or another version, hit us up in the comments. I always try to jump on here and answer questions, comments, and concerns. So appreciate everybody watching, and have a fantastic day.